Welcome back to Sarita's garden. This is an island that I call island number 1 that we laid mulch out for a couple weeks ago. Then we got the heavy flooding in here and everything around here was very, very wet. It was virtually flooding, or floating I should say. But anyway, then after that I came in here and I did some planting. So let's get you guys updated on what's growing in this island. So I have a plant that was from the Florida native plant group that is called seaside goldenrod. My understanding is that will be, I think, about 3 feet tall eventually, have yellow flowers in the fall. What I thought was interesting, it has no relationship to anything that causes allergies. I think that's a common misconception that goldenrod causes allergies and hay fever, but this does not. And conditions, I think it probably likes a little bit more of a dry condition, but I think it can do wet because I think it is meant to be actually near the ocean. I think it's salt tolerant. So we'll see how it does in this spot and how it likes it. In this area, I have lots of seeds of pigeon pea planted. Pigeon pea is a beautiful little plant that comes up and provides food and nutrition. The seeds, the pods can be eaten green or cooked and put into things like dal and Indian soups and stews. So a really great protein source. I've got pigeon pea planted all over. It makes the most beautiful yellow flowers that look like popcorn. I grew this in Naples. It did very well, and it's also used typically in a chop and drop or to fix nitrogen into a soil area. This could be a future site of a fruit tree, so I kind of just keep that in mind as I'm working on building the soil. There's a sweet potato slip up in there. Not sure how that will do in this area, but there it is. A cutting from a friend of a pink Plumeria, also known as frangipani. And then this is lemongrass. This is lemongrass that I took from cuttings and, dug up these little tiny nubs and cut them into small pieces, maybe about 3-inch pieces of the root. I put them in a pot and I left them there for about a month. This is what they look like after being in a pot for 2 months. So I popped those in. They are very happy to be here. Apparently lemongrass can do really well for help preventing soil erosion, and with how much water we seem to be getting from the neighboring yard, which is right here at the fence, that could be helpful in this spot. We'll find out. Another bed of pigeon pea. You can see these all coming up. They're so cute when they come up. They look like little green sails or something. And then another little sweet potato, and then I planted up front where you see the orange flag. This was planted by seed, a Moringa. And so that's a Moringa tree. It can also be used for chop and drop. You can eat the leaves, very highly nutritious. Again, we will see. We haven't had rain in a couple, well, no, we did have rain, but very, very slight yesterday, like 0.05 of an inch, so not too much. Okay, so that's a little update on island number 1. We wanted to plant to grow some things with height to give us a little privacy or just pretty things to look at from our lanai. And then this is a raised bed that we created a couple weeks ago from logs. We had the power company FPL came out and cut down the tops of 4 of our queen palms up at the street because the palm fronds were making contact with the electrical line and causing sparks. So we had them cut, not the whole tree was cut down, but just the top. And so the trunks, instead of sending them away with yard pickup, we, and by we, mostly Brad, wheelbarrowed and carried them back here. We laid them out, left some space in between, filled it with mulch and palm fronds, and we'll put a little soil mixture on top and hope to plant some wildflowers in there. This was also a very, very wet area, so our thought was, let's use the logs. They'll eventually break down and provide a nice mulch layer and maybe give a little bit of height over here to the soil. But if you've seen any of my videos, you know how much water we got, and you know, we'll see. So that's a little update on the raised bed that we haven't done anything with yet, and island number 1. Thanks for watching.